time has come. It is Saturday, February 12th, and I am currently in Tucson. I am staying with Raffi and his parents tonight before my flights tomorrow to South America and later Antarctica. So, okay, it's hard to take in, but basically the plan is this. Tomorrow I have to take a lot of flights because it was the cheapest option. So I'm going to be going Tucson to Houston to Lima, Peru, where I have a 25-hour layover. And I plan to spend the night in a hotel there and have a tour done. After that, I get a flight to Buenos Aires, one airport, and then in that city, I need to transfer to another airport in that city. And then I fly from that city to Ushuaia, which is the furthest south city in the world at the very tip of Argentina. And that's where my Antarctica ship begins from. And I will be spending about a week in Argentina beforehand. And Raffi's going to be joining me, so that's going to be really exciting, and I'm looking forward to that. After the trip, the Antarctica cruise lasts 12 days. After that, I do go to Buenos Aires on the way back, and I spend a 21-hour layover there. So again, I'm going to have stuff to do during the day, and then I would make it back to Houston and then Tucson. And so I will be expecting to be back on March 3rd. So I'll be gone for about 3 weeks. So that's a very quick rundown of it. But here we are at the very beginning. All my stuff is packed, and I can't, it's hard to process right now what's happening, because I've been looking forward to this for 8 years. And like looking forward to something for 8 years when it finally happens, it's a very weird feeling. It's hard to believe. So I have been pretty stressed because I have to jump through a lot of COVID hurdles. I did get my test done today, and it is negative, so I am a go for at least one continent on this trip. I have to take another before I get on the ship to Antarctica. But there has been a lot of anxiety for me on this whole trip, because along with it, I always knew that my first major international trip, any international trip is major. My first international trip alone, I always knew it would be stressful, especially if it was a country with a language barrier. So I knew that day when it came was going to be extremely stressful on me, because there's always been someone to hold my hand. I always just kind of followed like a little duckling, but I'm on my own here. And on top of that, I'm traveling during a pandemic that I have to jump through a lot of hurdles for, and a lot of documentation that I wouldn't have to do normally. And also, my first international travel, I'm going to the single most wild destination on Earth, the biggest trip you can take on Earth. So all that accumulates to me being very stressed. I'll probably be in touch at the airports. I'm just going to try and take it one step at a time. I've made sure that I have everything ready: passports, insurance, COVID, vaccine card, test results, everything you could want. So, a lot of emotions, mostly anxiety. It's tomorrow. Okay, I'm not gonna waste time on the camera just being shocked, but this is a very weird feeling. Here we go. We're starting this trip, y'all. Like it or not, here we go. I'm here in Tucson International Airport. It's happening. Raffi's here to help me out, and we're gonna meet up in Buenos Aires on
Tuesday morning.
Yeah. It's beginning. Oh, I'm at the airport. I'm at the airport. Oh my gosh. Anyway, checked in. All good to go. I'll check in probably soon.
Remember that Ushuaia is the closest city to the Antarctic continent, to the Antarctic Peninsula, and is 1,000 kilometers from here to the Antarctic Peninsula. From 2009, no more than 500 passengers can land in Antarctica during a day. No more than a vessel is at a landing site at any one time. And no more than 100 people are ashore at once, led by an escort each 20 passengers. Statistics of Antarctica are normally made in Ushuaia. The 98% of all visitors experience the Antarctic Peninsula region by sea after departing from South America. From Ushuaia.
Okay, it's official. We are moving. Hard to tell, it's pretty slow, but you can look at the ship next to us. You can see it. But we're off. And Raffi and his parents. We've got a motor going. Here we go. All right. Goodbye, Raffi and parents. Goodbye, world. See you later. No polar plunge. No polar plunge. I was looking forward to that so much. The reason for that, he said, is because about a day after people take the polar plunge, they typically develop a low-grade fever. And if you get a fever on the boat, you have to quarantine for 24 hours until they can confirm that it's not COVID. I'm not sure what they would do if it's a non-COVID illness, because you still don't want to get people sick on a ship. The first day on the boat, and this movement is, it's not crazy, but whoa, I can't walk without like falling over. You have to have 3 points of contact. But this morning I was going to my bathroom and like I almost fell on my roommate because I was just trying to go, but then whoosh. So like in a second I'll go out and show you what it looks like, but it's a lot of stuff. And anyway, I came up the stairs and there's barf bags everywhere. Like, look at this. You see there? Right there? Barf bags. And on the staircase. And I've never ever been motion sick in my life, but there was a point this morning where I was bending over. I was in the bathroom, I was bending over, and I felt a little tinge of nausea. So I brought my patch, and I know you're supposed to put the patch on before you feel sick, but I'm still trying to see if I actually get sick. Look how much we're moving, so much up and down. Wow. Seesaw. this is something. So I asked a staff member if we're experiencing a lake or a shake right now, and he said neither. So that's kind of what I was guessing. But we are moving a lot. I got some footage, but wow. So I'll show you the curtain again. This is the status of the curtain. Oh my god. Well, it has happened. I am feeling ill. So I put on the patch for seasickness, but yeah, never been seasick, but this is a lot. It's a lot. So we just had lunch, it was just hitting in, so I think I'm gonna go. See, I just got done with a nap, but I think I need to go lie down because I'm just not feeling well. I don't think I'm gonna throw up, but I need to lie down.
This depression, this front, will stick around the South Shetland Islands. So if we would do and hang around there, if we will start there, we cannot do anything. It's too much wind, it's too much waves, too much swell. There's the waves there will be where we normally do the landings will be 2.5, 3 meters. So that's too much to get off the ship. So instead of that, I rebooked some places as the captain to go just straight south, and we will start further down south the day after tomorrow. So the day after tomorrow in the morning, we do our first landing if the weather sticks how it is right now. The South Shetland Islands that we skip tomorrow, we will do it on the way back. So we will not miss anything, we just do it the other way around. We start south, work our way up, and otherwise we start north and work our way south. So, yeah, that's the question.
So if we're gonna have another sea day, what are the chances we can do the polar plunge tomorrow?
So if you do the
Quarantine
polar
for 24
plunge
hours.
tomorrow, it will be your last plunge ever.
Just wondering, just
It's quite simple. I come from a lifeboat. If you go in the cold water with normal clothing, that means it will take 8 minutes until hypothermia kicks in and you're dead. We will never get you back on board within 8 minutes. Simple.
Howdy, just showered, off to sleep. But a couple quick notes. One, there is the storm coming in. I was able to look up the forecast, and it appears that at midnight tonight, that's when it's really going to start picking up, and it'll be at its peak at about 3 p.m. tomorrow, which by that point we should be past it. We're trying to outrun it, it would seem. But seems when I wake up it'll be significantly worse, so I'm excited for that, but also like it's already pretty bad. Yeah, and then we're also skipping the South Shetlands on the way there, but we will likely stop on the way back, they said, so that's okay with me. Just as long as we're all safe. I'm really excited for the rough seas, really excited.
The word moustache whale comes from a Latin and Greek name. This one. So in Greek, whales were firstly named by Aristotle, this philosopher, 300 years before the Christ era, and he gave this name to the whales. It says moustoketos. So moustoketos in Greek can be translated to the English as the mouse whale. So this is a kind of a play considering the size of a mouse, a very small animal, and of a whale, a very big animal. But then there is another translation, another name for these animals, that is this one, Mustakoketos. So mustako in Greek means mustache, and ketos, now you know, that it means whale. So these are the mustache whales. So why these animals are called like that, mustache whales? And it is because of this. So these animals do not have teeth, like we have. They have this kind of structures that are holding from the upper part of the jaw, of the mandible, that are called baleen plates. They have on each side of the jaw, on the right.
Well, good morning. The first words I heard today were welcome to the Drake Shake. So, I'll show you better shots later. But we're rocking and rolling. And I thought it was a good day to wear this sweatshirt of mine. So, yeah, it's another day at sea. But I was in my bed and I'm like, oh, you know, it didn't feel more rough than yesterday, but then I stood up and it does. And they actually advise they're like, use 2 hands when walking down hallways and down the stairs. Yesterday I was just used 1 hand. So, and also in the bathroom this morning, standing up, it was sliding me around because I was on socks on tile. So I was like sliding around. So I'll keep you updated. I'll definitely show you some footage here. We're pretty close to the Shetland Islands, actually. Which I mentioned yesterday, those are the islands that are just off of Antarctica. It's not part of the continent, I don't think. They're their own thing. But we're pretty close to them. We're skipping them, but we're pretty close. And the weather's just supposed to get worse throughout the day. Hoping that we can get some more of this, because it's a beauty. They're a lot bigger waves than yesterday's. Big one, big one. Oh my god. This is also a big one. Oh my god. Yeah, so this is the Drake Shake, y'all. Not a calm sea. Not extreme, but I'm happy and satisfied. I feel like it's less like this way today and more side to side today. The movement, oh my god, these waves are big. I don't think you can tell. They're freaky. So, also as you can see, the boat is like tilting a lot. It's like going this way. There's a lot of lateral movement. Like right now. See, we just turned to the right. Yeah, let's go check out the stern. is outside. It's outside my window. Oh my god. It's right there. Ooh, just hanging out with Antarctica. My rooms are not the best quality, but we're just floating past this massive iceberg, and it just has me wondering how big it really is, like underneath, because 90% of it is underwater. Oh, that is intimidating. Oh my. So it's a new day, as you can tell. I'm all dressed up, ready to go. I can only hold my phone for so much because I got a lanyard. I don't know how well you can hear me. I guess we'll find out. But take a look at this. Is that the same whale, do you think?
Yes. I mean, sometimes there'll be more. You'll have like 3 different contacts, and then you'll be watching someone else.
Okay.
I've never seen that. Yeah, take pictures, please.
Yeah.
I don't want to bring back some.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a jelly for sure.
Is it alive?
So we just got done. I just got done with a hike. I cannot remember the name of the point that we're on. It's not actually on the Antarctic continent. It's just an island by it. But anyway, we got to do some hiking. I got to see a lot of Gen 2 penguins, which I got a lot of footage of. That was really fun and pretty appropriate with my hat there. But yeah, I got to watch them doing things, moving pebbles. One got really close to me, so I just kind of froze in the path. They have right of way, of course.
what you're doing with your feet.
They're happy too.
So this is what's called a penguin highway. See these little trenches that go all the way to the sea. Penguin highway. Hey there, so here we are on, I believe it's Culverville Island. It's the biggest migrating colony for the Gentoo penguins. And I just went on a little hike up here. It's, I don't know how many feet, but we started from the water. Definitely a hike. I'm not looking forward to the descent and these boots and the snow. But we'll make it. But amazing day, and I did see some penguin chicks. So small. I got to see on that front. I got to see two skuas eating a dead one that had been killed this morning. So you know, that's life. But what I found interesting about this is that the colony we're seeing now, on the other side of the island, there's one that is not disturbed by humans, and they are doing studies to see the human impact, or just visiting of penguins and what impact that has. And the results were mixed. Apparently, it said that the ones with human interference were doing better, because the skuas were less likely to come if there were humans around. But at the same time, when the skuas do come, it's easier for them to attack because the penguins are likely distracted by the people. Speaking of skuas, but I found that really interesting. Mixed results on that. Anyway, gorgeous mountains here. The sea, the Great Southern Ocean. So, great day so far. This is just the morning. We're gonna actually be on the continent this afternoon, if weather permits. So, see you later. Little hiker. So these are apparently whale bones that are over 100 years old.
Elephant seals. Look at how deep they can go. More than 2,000 meters, 2,300 meters deep. That's the maximum recorded for these animals. And they can spare 95 minutes under the water. They are really, really amazing. They are more close to South Georgia area, but sometimes during the water they make feeding trips, and sometimes we have the chance to see them in Antarctica.
I think it's a young from last year.
So here I am on the Antarctic continent. We are at Nico Harbor, I think it's called, but we're here. We've got this massive, massive glacier here. Just made a huge noise, sounded like thunder, but just a lot of penguins, a lot of chicks. Yeah, greetings from Antarctica. Look at this snowstorm right outside my window. So we've got more or less clear, but then you cannot see anything that way. It was snowing a little bit on the landing today, but awesome.
So this is one of the key points here, because Antarctic krill is being fished even we don't notice it's happening around us. So Antarctica, it's a place for peace and science, but there's no regulations at the sea. There's no marine areas in Antarctica, believe it or not. Even it's like a huge big reserve. There's no marine reserve areas. So a lot of things without control are happening around. This is how the krill fishery started with trolling nets. 40 years ago, really the humpback whale population was in danger of extinction. And luckily now, in the last years, this population, specifically the humpback whales that we have seen here, they have been growing every year, but now they are facing this new threat.
This is Portal Point.
All right, middle row. Middle row. Go to your happy place.
Wait, is this it?
Like this?
Your abs feeling it? Yeah, this is it.
No, my. Take your knees in the small of my back.
It's a massage. Oh, no. We got it. Hold it. Signs.
That's it.
Up.
If you land, you're gonna crush a beautiful sculpture. That's clearly a seal on the right, and the left, I do not know what that is. T-Rex.
Just keep trying. Quite well.
Oh, nice.
That was pretty good. What happens if a seal just sits on one of them?
And it turns over.
Then the seal has a nice time.
And they can swim.
They got to stay for on water, and if they don't hit by ice, they.
Looks like a big fat seal.
Yeah.
I'd love to go diving on one of
Yeah, the ships were avoiding them, but they were not really monitored. So they were like, yeah, they are explorers in Antarctica. They were really, they were not happy about the icebergs because they were always causing problems. But yeah, that wasn't a big thing. After Titanic, the shipping lanes and everything, they start monitoring where the big icebergs are, because that was the first big famous accident with the icebergs. Ever since then, the icebergs are giving grey hairs to the captains and the bridge officers, especially in these kind of weathers when you don't see very much, because you never know how the ice is underneath the waters. So if you don't hit it in the surface, you might hit it in underneath the water, and you don't see that very often.
Motor vessel, sea spirit. there with a view. Oh, that's a vibe.
They're like, is this
I never thought I would be listening to Phil Collins and watching penguins porpoising away in Antarctica. I don't know where my Hello! All right.
If I lay here, if I just lay here, would you lie with me and just forget the world? Don't quite know how to say or how I feel.
Something about this trip is that, and a lot of people at lunch just now said they could relate, but just so much sleeping. A lot of times, like during the day, it's just like excursions, or I'm eating, or I'm sleeping. Like there's nothing else that I'm doing. So I'm gonna take my second nap of the day. There's that scene.
Deception Island. Yeah, well, obviously we just visited it, so thank you very much. That's the first time, I would say, and 3 people. Wow. So, but there are actually a couple of more volcanoes.
We are here in Deception Island, in the South Shetland Islands, further north of Antarctica. And as you can see here, this is an active volcano. So step out, it's smelling like Yellowstone and all kinds of cool igneous rocks. The black and the red, just like Sunset Crater. So yeah, it's all steamy and nice. We got 2 hours here, so I'm gonna go explore. So I just felt the water here, and it is hot. Like, too hot to put your hand in for more than 3 seconds hot. Toasty, toasty volcano heat. So I'm here on Deception Island, and here is where there's a lot of human history. It's called Whalers Bay because whalers used to be here. There's some tanks. There's all kinds of old buildings and ruins. And I was gonna say, well, sure, that's cool, but like, it's not even cool, I don't think. Like, I came to just my 2 cents here. Antarctica is pure wilderness, right? And so, you know, though it may be historic because it's old, this is still crap. This is still litter. Like, I don't like it. I really don't care about how cool this history is, because it's not cool, I don't think. What makes this any different than if I just, I don't know, had a drink out of a glass wine bottle and then just smashed it into the hillside? There is nothing different. This is just trash. And it's just here in Antarctica. And like, it's just trash. Like, time alone makes it worthwhile of leaving trash everywhere. Like, over by the aircraft hangar, just so many little like glass and metal bits. No, this landing just makes me sad. It just makes me sad. You know?
Да. Да, это вторая высадка. Там было несколько, потому что у них колония на том берегу. Вот. И еще на внешней стороне острова. И, наверное, они там всплываются.
Nature taking its course. We are the virus.
Look at me, sure. Look at me, sure. I'm the captain now.
Well, here we are. We're at our final stop on this trip here, which is Half Moon Island in the South Shetland Islands. And here we're seeing a lot of chinstrap penguins. Yeah, just between Deception Island today and this one, it's very clear that the South Shetland Islands are a very different kind of ecosystem, and like different views, different rocks, different plants, same animals, but it's just amazing to me how different it feels. It definitely does not, I mean, it does feel like Antarctica, but you can tell you're getting kind of a little bit outside of it. I'm told that we're a very lucky group because every other cruise this season, most of them have to cancel at least one landing or cruise because of the weather. But ours, we've been able to do every landing, every excursion, which is pretty neat. I mean, we postponed the Shetland Islands. Apparently you're supposed to do these first and then go to Antarctica. But yeah, I'm trying to find a chin strap to have as my background. But that's the only thing. We just kind of switched it around, and so it's the last thing. I kind of like having the South Shetlands last. Kind of good, gentle finale. So I really like that. But yeah, we've done every landing, and apparently this is the first time this whole season that Deception has had good enough quality weather to actually do the landing, which was pretty interesting to me, so we got pretty lucky. I'm just really sad about the polar plunge. Yeah, that's really disappointing. I hear that Jake is gonna like dunk his head in, but like that doesn't count. You know, it doesn't count. Maybe if other people do, well, no, it doesn't count. I really want to just run in though. So tempting. Now I have to come all the way back to the Southern Ocean again, just to jump in, just to swim in it. But just the geology here, all the lichen, unbelievable. I love the South Shetland Islands very much, and I'm surprised at how different they feel from Antarctica. Well, catch you later.
trip of the season in our pocket. So congratulations with that. Please do make sure that all your belongings are stored away for the Drake. It looks like a very calm Drake, so don't worry too much. If you think you get seasick, I would recommend take a tablet, and otherwise just enjoy the ride. Thank you.
We've got a calm Drake, they say, as I can't even stand up and the ship creaks and we get washing machine windows everywhere.
Not one of the Zodiac cruises. Some are a bit windy, a bit foggy, a bit rainy, but that's Antarctica. I think also that we had all the weather types that you can have this time of the year. Even today's sunshine, special for somebody who asked for sunshine. So no, it was a great tip. Thank you very much. And tonight, 9 o'clock, deck 5 aft, little party with blue wine. So see you all there. Thank you very much.
Filming. Yes!
Your own vlog?
Yes. It's in selfie mode. Or opposite of selfie mode, rather.
So you're enjoying it?
Yes!
With the Swiss people there. Motor vessel. What an exquisite the way to describe it.
Enjoying the camera?
Yeah, you're in it.
Film the hot tub though. It's splish splash. Look at that.
There you go, there you go.
Okie doke. Fun, fun. Well, here we are. We've got land, meaning I'm back over the Drake Passage. I haven't checked in lately, but yesterday was pretty much not a lot happening because I was feeling sick. And yeah, it wasn't any worse than the first crossing. But just hit me the wrong way. So we've got that, and now it's the last day, 2 days at sea. I'm all packed up. I just, I tried to put as much photos and videos as I could onto my computer, but, you know, the memory might be full, so we'll deal with that later. Totally did not realize that my roommate was lying down while I was doing that last video, so that's why I cut it off. But she left. So yeah, we've got land. Gonna have dinner soon, and then we have our farewell cocktail and slideshow. I don't know if I touched on this in a previous video, but I want to come back to Antarctica. A lot of people are like, one and done, off the list, saw it, but I'm like, I'm coming back. And I don't know, I didn't get my polar plunge, so I have to. Plus, it'd be cool to climb Mount Vinson one day, perhaps. Gonna switch over to the other video. This one's just Antarctica, but for the other things, it's gonna be the South America video. And I don't know yet if I'm gonna do a South America part 1, part 2. I don't know. It'll depend. But point being, the Antarctica video will end soon. We're gonna get a USB stick with all of the information, the menus that we had, the things we did, photos, that we can freely use, and I'm really excited about that. And dinner's coming up soon. I'm gonna hang out with people, I think, afterward. I'm gonna try not to drink a lot, because it's gonna be an early morning. But of course, celebratory wine. So yeah, I have to come back to Antarctica. And as for my favorite thing in Antarctica, it was Cooverville Island. It was, is the one where there's the little penguin hiking up the mountain. I don't know what other, off the top of my head, what video footage we have from that spot, but that was my favorite spot. There's a nice, somewhat difficult hike to the top of that hill. And then we got outstanding mountain views. We got great mountain views everywhere, but mountain views, iceberg, lagoon stuff, penguins, a hike. Cooverville Island was my favorite part of the trip. I really enjoyed it. So I guess I'll do more of a formal goodbye. Probably, I don't know, maybe now is the time for that. I'll do something tomorrow morning, just to be like so long, but it's pretty much over. It's pretty much over. Now what?
So again, I like to make a toast to all of you, to this trip, to the expedition team, to the hotel department. Thank you guys for everything, and cheers to all of you. Thank you.